You don't have to be a liberal to not be excited that the oligarchy is looting the joint. What am I supposed to be excited about? The fact that they're still taking billions and billions of dollars of our taxpayer money to give it to the Israeli regime so they can blow up children in Gaza and now the occupied West Bank? Am I supposed to be excited about this catastrophe? Look at how pleased he is with his purchase. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I step on a third rail here? I know we're all supposed to pretend that Trump is some big tough guy who takes on places like Canada, but would never actually stand up to this demon. No, they like our presidents on their knees. I'm supposed to be excited that Beelzebub is dog walking our president? Ugh, it's so humiliating watching American president after president grovel like this to their real boss. Am I supposed to be excited for Donald Trump's piece of shit Zionist son-in-law who keeps talking about wanting to have condos in Gaza? Condos built on the skulls of all the children we've bombed? Am I supposed to be excited about the so-called anti-woke DEI Trump administration creating a special DEI initiative to supposedly combat anti-Semitism, which is just code for trampling on the free speech rights of Americans? I'm sorry, why aren't you so-called free speech anti-woke people up in arms about this? Okay? He comes in here, oh, we're getting rid of woke agendas and initiatives. By the way, Justice Department, create a specialized task force that gives special privileges and makes it so that any criticism of the state of Israel is not allowed, okay? Is not allowed. We'll be investigating you. That's what we're supposed to be excited about? Are we supposed to be excited about the fact that they claim that they're going to be the free speech brigade, but they continue to crack down on anyone on social media who criticizes the Israeli regime and demonetizes or debanks them or kicks them out of their account? Something that you'll never hear the right talk about because they will not criticize Trump directly is that before Trump meets with Netanyahu, the real president, he's going to be forced to sit there and watch the Israeli lobby's propaganda video about October 7th. Good boy, Trump. Are you guys going to watch it in between loads of Netanyahu's laundry? Or am I supposed to be excited about the fake populism? You know, the fake populism where they bring billionaires onto their podcast to go, you know what? Actually, it's free e-filing that's the problem. I don't like this whole American being able to file their taxes for free. That's big government. I think that you should give more of your money to private corporations like TurboTax who fuck you in the ass. Right. Because it's a leftist communist plot to not want to get fucked over by a corporation and pay TurboTax money you don't need to. I just can't stand how outdated conservatives are, that you guys think that everything is just government bad and that you guys think that by definition that means that every fucking big corporation, dark money group, fucking plutocrat that comes in here, fucking tech sociopath that wants to loot the treasury, loot the American taxpayer, take billions of dollars in taxpayer money to give themselves government contracts for the military industrial complex. You think that that's based because it's not government. But you haven't moved into the 21st century realizing that big government is the privatization of these fucking industries, is the privatization of our healthcare, is the military industrial complex and big tech. I'm supposed to say, see, this is why I can't fuck with conservatives, because at the end of the day, they always bootleg to capital. Always. They never actually take on the power. All the populism is fake because the populism always goes back to bootlicking the rich. They never challenge capital. You look at someone like Alex Jones, who I'm convinced is CIA, okay? All he does is chew on Elon Musk's boot. That's all Alex Jones does, is chew on Elon Musk's boot. More boot, please, sir. When he's supposed to be all anti-establishment, he's supposed to be all subversive. To be a conservative and to be subversive just means that you're in the business of giving billionaire oligarchs and plutocrats that have taken over our government a regular tongue bath. That's all it means. The whole populism shtick is fake because, for example, they say that they're anti-war and anti-interventionist, but they're cheering at Donald Trump interfering with South Africa's government right now. Why are you guys trying to do big government interventionism into Canada? Like, we could make DC the 51st state, but, too many black people. Tell me what I should be excited about. Did Trump make our rent any more affordable? No. Has Trump taken on any big business? Has he taken on the healthcare companies? No. Has he taken on the fucking real estate companies? No. Has he taken on the fucking private equity goons that have come out here and destroyed businesses and destroyed single family homes and bought them up to be our landlords from hell? How about taking on Big Ag? No, of course not. In fact, his nominee for USDA said that she would forced states to allow the sale of pork from crated pigs. It was banned to stop animal cruelty, and the Supreme Court even upheld it. The only people that want this is the pork lobbyists. And the fact that our incredibly corrupt Supreme Court upheld it really says something, because those bitches have more corporate sponsorships than NASCAR. This is always what they mean when they say deregulation, by the way. Just so that they can get more wealthy at the expense of your and your children's health. But you know what? Fuck it. It's not like we had a pandemic recently. Oh yeah, he's gonna create a crypto reserve currency, which I thought that you guys hated that. I thought the whole point of crypto was that it was supposed to be decentralized and the government wasn't supposed to have anything to do with it. You know why they really want to bring this into government, right? Why they want to create a reserve? Because when they crash it and they loot the place, they want us to pay for it. Because if it is decentralized and they crash it, well, it's a sad day for you, right? But if they've got government backing and they create a reserve, then we, the taxpayer, are on the hook for their gambling. What are you telling me that I should be excited to bear witness to? The massive fucking next level transfer of wealth that's gonna happen again in this administration? We have more inequality now than we did during the fucking Gilded Age, and you want me to be excited that we're bearing witness to our modern day robber barons driving us into further poverty and servitude? Do you want me to be excited that Trump and Melania are fucking over MAGA voters by scamming them with their fucking crypto? I may be a leftist, but I don't really like watching any of my fellow Americans get scammed by the rich. Tell me why I'm supposed to be excited about Tulsi Gabbard, who pretended like she was against FISA spying and then immediately backpedal as soon as she got in front of Congress. I'm supposed to be excited about the fact that none of these hoes will take on pardoning Edward Snowden. I'm supposed to be excited that the Trump administration is gonna let lead back in children's water. Maha, question mark? I'm supposed to be excited that a villain-looking hedge fund manager is going to be the head of the Treasury to ensure that the tax cuts for the rich become permanent. I'm supposed to be excited that the guy that just got a huge government contract with the Trump administration is telling us that we might need to change the social contract in the structure of society. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how anything that's happening right now helps the average American get health care, get affordable grocery prices, or the ability to buy a home. Tell me how cretins like Elise Stefanik saying that we should leave the UN because we're not bootlicking the Israeli regime enough there is America first. Leaving the UN. They should fucking expel us. Tell me how it's America first to defund UNRWA and starve Palestinian children. You know what you're not hearing when they're talking about Doge and, oh, we're so great, look at how we're taking on endless spending in Doge. You know what you're not hearing? Talk about the Pentagon. Yeah. Why aren't you talking about the Pentagon? Why aren't you guys talking about cutting the Pentagon? Why aren't you guys talking about the fact that the Pentagon can't pass a fucking audit? You can't talk about how you're taking on government waste, fraud, and abuse and ignore the giant iceberg right next to the Titanic that is the Pentagon. How the fuck do you lose over $800 billion? And yet weird, you don't really see any of these so-called fiscal conservatives talking about that. Oh no, folks, don't look at the Pentagon losing almost $1 trillion. Let's talk about children's free lunches. Let's talk about cutting that. Haven't we all had enough of big government feeding those damn poor kids? What am I supposed to be excited about? Like, I know that attacking trans people and migrants gets you guys all hot and tingly, but like, how does that help the average American? It doesn't seem to matter throughout history how often this trick has been played. They always fall for it. No, really, I would really like for any conservative that sees this to tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to be excited about.